West Nile virus is an infectious organism that has been traced to the region around the Nile River. It was spread primarily by migrating birds that had been bitten and infected.
Birds are the carriers of the West Nile virus, so if a mosquito bites an infected bird and then in turn bites an individual, then that person can become infected with West Nile virus.
The little triangle of bird to mosquito to human is what we call a disease triangle of how humans get infected with West Nile.
Scott is the entomologist in charge of the Dallas County Mosquito Control Center. Scott and his team are the epicenter of Dallas County's fight against the spread of this deadly virus.
There are over 30 different types of mosquitoes in Dallas County, but of that there's one, the house mosquito, is the carrier of West Nile virus.
Every day before sunrise, the Mosquito Control Center is buzzing with activity. Today, the team will collect mosquito traps.
The key to any mosquito control program is surveillance. We need this information to help us to determine what kind of mosquitoes are out there, how many they are, and if they're transmitting any disease. So one of the things that Dallas County Mosquito Control does is to put out mosquito traps. We place mosquito traps out weekly to help us identify the type of mosquitoes and if they are infected with mosquito-borne diseases like West Nile virus.
When the team returns with their catch, mosquitoes are separated by species and location.
The whole purpose is to collect a group of mosquitoes to help us to identify the species, to identify the quantity, and to identify if there's any virus activity in a given area. So the crew goes out weekly to put out these traps. They'll come back here to the lab, sort them, get them identified, and then prepared for our laboratory at our main Health and Human Services lab to be tested for virus.
Based on findings from work here at the Mosquito Control Center, Dallas County has unleashed an aggressive attack on the mosquito. But the biggest part of this battle is up to you.
We can all protect ourselves from the southern house mosquito by remembering the 4 Ds. Those stand for dress, long clothes to prevent mosquito bites, DEET, an EPA product containing the repellent DEET is recommended, dumping standing water around your house, and avoiding being outside during dusk and dawn.
West Nile virus is endemic in our country, but specifically Dallas County, for some reason, is the epicenter for West Nile virus. And so we'll be working with the CDC, the State Health Department, in terms of looking at strategies.
Since we've been studying this particular infection and disease, there has been shown some degree of immunity. So if a person has been infected with the virus, chances are they will have lifetime resistance to further infections, but the main thing is not to get infected in the first place.
Experts like Dr. Perkins agree that West Nile virus is not something to be taken lightly.
Generally, about 80% of individuals that are bitten by an infected mosquito with West Nile, they generally have no symptoms. The remaining 20% might have what we call like flu-like symptoms, where they have the muscle aches, the fatigue, loss of appetite, sore throat. Usually resolves in about 3 to 6 days, and they go on about their business. However, there are less than 1% of the individuals that have those flu-like symptoms might advance on to have what we call neuroinvasive disease, which results in forgetfulness, confusion, maybe weakness, paralysis.
A vaccine has already been developed for horses.
There are currently several companies or scientists that are working on securing a vaccine for humans. At this time, we currently have one for horses. So in the meantime, we have to take individual accountability, looking out for our loved ones and friends that are using personal protection.
Not since 1966 have North Texans faced a mosquito-borne outbreak of this nature.
We can actually narrow down where the virus is present in our mosquito population, and that will initiate us doing our ground targeted treatments. The main thing is to prevent having a mosquito bite in the first place by taking the appropriate action by following what we call the 4 Ds.
What are the 4 Ds? The 4 Ds are for your personal protection. The first D is for dress. Make sure you dress appropriately with long, loose-fitting clothing. The second D is for DEET.
Use the insect repellent that's EPA approved.
The third D is for dumping. Dump any standing water you find. Even amounts as little as 2 ounces could serve as a breeding ground for thousands of mosquito larvae. And the fourth D is for dusk and dawn.
Minimize or avoid activity at dusk to dawn when mosquitoes are most active. And also, we can do something additional. Make sure your homes are mosquito-proof. Check your screens on your doors and windows so the mosquitoes can't get in to bite you.
Dallas County Health and Human Services, helping you help yourself.
This is Zach Thompson, Director of Dallas County Health and Human Services. Remember, fight the bites. Your health is your wealth.